Welcome back to Crazy Gamers Games. We are doing another Elder Signs gameplay. This time we're starting from the beginning. We have set up the board. This gives you a little better view of the setup. We have our 6 adventure cards there in the back. We have our clock set to midnight. We have our entrance card. We have our mythos deck. And off to the side here I have my 4 different item decks and ally deck. And we have our investigator already. Our investigator is Amanda Sharpe. Sorry about the focus on that. Okay, Amanda Sharpe. She has 5 sanity and 5 health, or stamina. She is a pretty good all-around investigator. Her ability is when you complete a task normally, you have to re-roll the dice in order to complete your next task. She allows you to complete as many tasks as you can with the dice that you rolled. She is one of my favorite investigators. So, and then for our ancient one, we are going to go ahead and do Yig. And remember, if you remember from the last video, Yig's anger, anytime that you try to complete a task that requires stamina, requires you to pay a stamina, you have to pay 1 extra. So we'll be back and ready to do the setup. I'll show you the adventure cards, and then we'll be ready to play. Okay, let's get started. First, we need to pick our starting items for Amanda. She gets to choose between 2 from the common, the unique, and the spell. I like to take a unique and a common. It looks like the unique we get there is we can add a red die when we discard this card. And for the common, we have add a red die. So they're going to come in handy on these adventures. Let's take a look at our adventures. We have When Night Falls. And you'll notice this one has a monster box. So if a monster spawns, it would most likely spawn here. We have the Hedge Mage, which it has an at midnight effect that says each investigator loses 1 stamina. The Archives has a monster box that would actually cover up that lore task, so we just have to do the monster task. Okay, this one is Administration Office. Just has the 2 tasks there. 9 investigate. It's kind of hard to get, but we can always add a red to that. And then the final 2, Blood on the Floor. This one has a task arrow, and that arrow means you have to complete the task in order. So you have to get the 2 investigate first, then the 3, and then you could get the terror and the skull. Spell cards are helpful for cards like these. And the last one, Late Night Break-In, which is a terror. And the terror is you have to discard 1 of your trophies. And that's if you roll the terror side and you do not complete a task, the terror effect takes place. Also, as you see, there is a monster box on this one that would cover up that 3 investigate. So, let's draw our first mythos card and get started. Our first mythos card is Strange Sights and Before the Storm. And what we have to do here is a monster's gonna appear, and the next time the clock strikes midnight, we add 2 doom to the doom track. Wow, that's gonna get us closer to him waking up. So let's go ahead and we're gonna pull our monster out of the monster bag. Let's see what we got here. And we got a Shan. It has the requirements. It locks a green die, and you have to have a lore and pay a sanity to defeat this monster and unlock that green die. So let's see. We're going to put it on this card right here. I know it has a terror discard a trophy, but we don't have any trophies. So this is going to cover up this 3 investigate. So to complete this total task, we would have to get a 6 investigate and a lore and spend a sanity. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put this off to the side and lock a green dice. So we're only going to have 5 dice for this, but we will discard our common to add a red dice to our roll. And I'm just playing with the base set here, so you guys get a familiar of what you would get if you just purchased the base set. And let's see what we get. Remember, we need a lore and a sanity to clear the monster. And we did get that lore. So we got that lore. We'll put that over here. We'll go ahead and put 1 sanity damage on Amanda. She's down to 4. And let's see. The next one is a 6 investigate. And because Amanda can complete as many tasks as she can, we can use this 4 investigate and this 2 investigate that was on the red. And we can go ahead and complete this adventure. And we unlock the green die. And we get the monster, which is worth 1 monster trophy. And we do get this trophy. So we have 2 trophies so far, and we gain a clue. Remember, a clue is you can re-roll 1, some, or all your dice. Alright, let's draw up a new adventure card. And we drew a Secret Gathering. It's a terror. And it has quite a few rewards there. It's a monster, a clue, an otherworldly card, and an elder sign, which we do need to collect 10 of those. So when we come back, we'll pick the next adventure, and we'll do the adventure. Okay, so now that we finished that adventure and collected our rewards, we need to move the clock ahead 4 hours. And now that would put us back at the entrance, and we could do a couple different things there. We could receive some first aid and heal up, which we would still have to advance the clock. We can go to Search the Lost and Found, where we roll green dice, and depending on what we rolled, we could get an item. So, and that would also cost us one of our turns. Or we can buy 1 item, and only 1 item. You'll see in future expansions that this base would change. And currently we have 2 trophies, so we could buy an item, but I think that we're pretty set where we are. And we are going to have to add 2 Doom at midnight, and that will spawn a monster. So we should just take a look at the next adventure cards and see where we want to go. Let's go ahead and do Blood on the Floor. It's worth 2 trophy points, and this is that one with an arrow. So we have to do the 2, the 3, and then the Terror and the Peril. Now these can be a little tricky, but with Amanda's ability, you can complete multiple tasks at one time. So she makes it a little easier to do these in order, because if you do get the second one and the third one, and you get the first one, you can knock it all out in one turn. But we are going to use her red die card, discard that to add a red die, and we're going to roll these dice here. Grab them all up. Let's see what we get. Okay, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. We got everything we need. We have the 2 investigate, the 3 investigate, and then a terror and a skull, which completes this adventure. So for completing this adventure, we would gain another clue, which is probably my favorite item in the game. We would get an elder sign on Yig. We'll put this elder sign on Yig. And we would then gain a common item. See what we got here. This one, another dice add. We can add a yellow dice to our pool. So we'll put that right there. And we have our 2 clues. I know the clues are hard to see. And we have to advance the clock. So now we have 2 more turns till midnight. We would have to draw a new Mythos card. This adds 2 trophies to our trophy pool. And we're at 5 trophies. So let's take a look at some stuff we could possibly buy this turn. For 1 trophy, we could buy a clue. 2 trophies, a common item. 3 trophies, a unique item. 4 trophies, a spell. 5 trophies, an ally. Or we could save up 10 trophies and buy an Elder Sign. And I think that's what I'm going to do unless we get stuck and I need to buy some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to draw the new adventure. And it is the Graveyard, which has a terror just called All the Terror Results Showing. And it shows a Peril, a Terror, and a 7 Investigate. Let's get that red die out of there. So we can do that, or we can do one of our other ones that we have here. Let's see. Ooh, we need to do this at midnight one, because at midnight we would lose a stamina. So we're going to go ahead and do that one. And this is going to make a monster appear if we do succeed at it. And we would lose an extra stamina if we lost because of Yig's anger. So I'm not going to add anything right now. I'm going to go ahead and roll them and see what I get. Okay. So I did indeed get the Investigate and the Peril. I know I have a 3, it says a 2. You can overpay on your Investigates. So we'll go ahead. We got that, and now we need 2 Peril. So I will go ahead and roll these. And we have the 1 Peril. And I'm going to go ahead and save that to the side and spend a clue to re-roll these 3. Because you can roll 1, some, or all of them. And hope for another Peril, which we did not get. So I'm going to use this turn to save a die. I'll have to remove 1 to re-roll. But I will discard my common card to add a yellow to the 3 dice that remain. And we got the Peril. Didn't even need the yellow dice. So as you can see, we have the completion of the card. That one turned on me. So for this, we will spawn a monster. Let's grab our monster bag, shake it up. And we pulled another monster that locks a green die. So let's check our available adventures that have a monster box. Well, this one right here looks good for a monster. And this would go right on here like this, covering up that lore. And then we would have a locked green die. So we're probably going to go ahead and do that adventure next. It's just going to lock the die. So we'll put the die on it to lock it. And we will finish our rewards for this card. So we will get a unique item, a common item, and here's what we got. Ooh, that's a good common. Add a yellow and a red. And then we have add a red, and after we do that, we would gain a clue. So we'll put these under Amanda there. And let's see. We also get another Elder Sign. So we are 2 towards the 10. 8 more to go, and that will add us 2 more trophies, putting us at 6 trophies. So 6 trophies. Okay, and that'll wrap up this video. On the next video, we will move forth. We did have to move the clock ahead. So the next turn, we'll do our turn. We will go to midnight, draw a new Mythos card, add some Doom to the Doom track. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel. Share it with others. This is Crazy Gamer for Crazy Gamers Games. I'll see you in the next video.